Morning, everybody. Dave in Kentucky, here with some coffee. I'm going to highlight a razor and do a shave video. It's been a minute since I've done a video. I'm sorry about that. Haven't felt it. Yesterday I used a razor, and on the DFS forum, Eric Mainuper had commented in my journal about it. He's had good success with some gem razors. And so I was using a gem, but it's a lather catcher, and so he was curious about it. Here's the one I have. The box isn't in the greatest shape. I guess I should pull this light down here, make it a little better to see. Anyway, box is not in the greatest shape. Just pull that out though and set the box aside. And here's the razor. I got the handle separately. It had the kind that had the, looks like the Star Razor handle. But I think this is what came with it originally, because this came with a razor in the new gem case. So that's what I have. Some things to keep in mind about it, and what I was mentioning to him. My blade stops are worn pretty well. It catches, but barely. But because you use a new style gem blade, instead of a wedge, which they came with wedges that had the iron cross on it, which you'll see the iron cross on the back of. Yeah, it's probably not showing up real good with a glare. You put the light on, you get a glare. Take the light away, you can't see it. Anyway, iron cross there for the thing that holds the razor. It states new gem on the early models that are in the late 1800s, early 1900s. I've seen some in the early 1900s that are this style razor. They are the new gem, but they don't have the inscription on there, which I was fortunate enough to get and like it. When I flipped that on, it's such a tight spring, it would just shove the blade completely off over top of those. So I have to use a 3D printed, I don't know what they call it, a shim or whatever. It kind of gives you the shape of what that wedge blade would have. And it helps lift the back a little bit so it catches those stops better. Something I've seen is, I've seen this razor for sale, and it'll have these little ears on either side that hold this bar like a Gem Junior bar. It'll have the ears, but not the bar. It's been broke off, removed, whatever. And so be mindful of that. You need that to hold the blade. With that strong spring there pushing it forward, you need that to hold the blade down as well. Later models just have the actual, this piece. Have that piece, and it's connected to the, pull it back. It's connected to the razor here, and it has the little screws on the bottom. You can raise and lower it to deal with the wedge as it wears, and you need to slide it forward. So that's the later models, the way I understand it. Has a push button here to open it, to get to do those screws and so forth, and of course it latches again. So some of the inscriptions on it: USA, England patents, November 5th, 01 for 1901. It states here on it, it says new gem safety razor. I'm sorry, let me lift this up, get it out of the way so I can see it. The gem cutlery on the top here behind the bar, and then down below it says New York, US, and it's gotten patents here for December 27th, 98, which is 1898, August 28th, can't read it, 1900, and then under that England patent December 27th, 98, also for 1898. Then here underneath it says new and then gem safety razor as it goes across it. So anyway, let's, what time is it? See, 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and see if we can sneak a quick shave in. Let me wet the face. I was going to use some Nordost today and some Ethos Blood Orange. The brush I'm using is from Jason Spartan Custom. Nice piece, cashmere knot. Let's get some soap loaded here. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully well. Let's pull this thing back out of the way a little bit now. So I broke my restraint. I believe I said already. Picked up a couple. I don't know if I did on video or not, but so I lasted 2.5 months, and a brush that came available to me. I think I did it on video and I showed those too. Anyway, I did decide on the badger knot. Let me go ahead and show you. I've got it here. Used it yesterday. So there's the brush. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous one. Freddie on DFS forum helped reseal it and coat it, so it's gorgeous, and nice magger knot on it. As I'm talking about it, I'm thinking, yeah, I think I'd asked, and people commented whether to use the boar or the badger. I settled on the badger. But anyway, the restraint, as I wasn't purchasing shave-related items, I have a few trees on my property. I've been, dropping trees or whatever and clearing stuff, and thankfully, property between me and the neighbor next to me had some pines blow over just last week. And that's exactly why I've taken all mine down. I do have a couple large ones that would probably be pretty pricey to pay someone to do, and they're too big for me to just drop them. Mind you, a professional will probably come in here and just drop them and miss my home. I'm not willing to risk my home with my abilities. See, I know where my limits are. It's good to push your limits to try and accomplish things, but to know when it's beyond even trying to accomplish it. And I say that because some people will say, oh, you're nuts, because I've been acquiring climbing gear because I figure the cost for me to pay somebody to do those trees, I could invest it in the gear, and while I don't think I'm comfortable falling those trees, I am comfortable climbing them with the proper equipment. And not going crazy right off the bat and attacking them, but experimenting, getting experience, and learning on some smaller ones for the practice. So I've picked up my monkey beaver climbing harness with suspenders. I've gotten climbers, tree spikes, flip line, the Flow Pro kit, which is the rope and the zigzag descender with the chicane if I want to do SRT. So I've been researching a great deal. Should have put this razor together, huh? So bar comes back, flip that back. And you'll see this is fiddly with me to get this on here because trying to get it on those stops. And so I'm not going to try to have it on camera. There you go. I think I got it. Why does that feel loose? Oop, yeah, there. That spring went and it just shoved it forward like I expected. All right. I knew it wasn't that easy. I've always had trouble getting this, but once it's set, it's set. Okay, and it's on there. You almost have to get one of these ears catching on the spot on the blade there to keep this from shoving it forward. But once it's installed, that's what it looks like. Alrighty. Okay, reason I mentioned the climbing gear is I've had friends tell me I should video it. I'm going to take those trees down. Anyway, I don't know if that's something you're interested in or not. I know this is a channel, always has been to highlight and showcase my vintage and antique razors. And some shave videos doing that. But you may end up seeing some climbing and cutting videos. If it doesn't interest you, what can I say? Skip those ones, right? Not even really sure how I'll get that filmed. Because I don't have a GoPro or anything. More mounts for the camera. You have to look into that. Anyway, just trying to get a quick shave in today. I've got a follow-up appointment at my ear, nose, and throat surgeon. I continue to see improvement with that. They say it can take 3 to 4 months. To completely heal. And I believe it, because while everything looks fine on the outside, the inside's still tender and swollen, so you don't have the full airflow. But enough that I know the surgery was a success. It's just a matter of getting through the healing process. So. Not complaining, just updating. As you can see, with a light touch and care, getting the angle, you can probably hear the audio feedback. But it's a nice smooth shave. And like I said, this is one of my, or if not my favorite lather catcher. I do have one more decorative that's probably same era or a little older, but and shaves well, just not as well as this. This smoked orange by Barrister Man is in the Omnibus base is just a phenomenal soap. Probably my favorite by Barrister Man that I have. When I'm not rushing a video, the lather and the sheen on it is just incredible, and the consistency, just a great soap. Okay, we're getting beyond DFS, but I'm not shooting for BBS. Not today. I don't need to go to the appointment bloodied. Having him wonder what happened to me. Looked like I got a cat fight or something. I don't think I'd have that with this. But you know how it is when you're doing a shave video. It's always, how did I cut myself there? I never cut myself. It's because you're distracted. Alright, let's get a rinse and see where we're at. That feels great. All right, little witch hazel. And we'll clean the brush up. 20 minutes. Well, if you're stuck around this long, thank you. Hopefully that answers some questions for Eric about the razor, or anybody else that might come along this video and be curious about it. And you know, they don't go cheap. I think I saw one in a stropper set. It was a bigger case with extras and things. And I think it's like $195 or something like that. And it wasn't this model, it was a later model. So they don't come up that often. Towel strap. I hate for somebody to pick one up, pay that kind of money, and then find out, hey, this doesn't have the bar, it's not holding the blade or whatever. That gives you a little bit of the lowdown on the actual razor and what to look for on it. Anyway, so that's the new gem. Let's hit it with some blood orange. Have to shake it up because of the natural ingredients. We're going to call it a shave. So if you don't see me for a while, patience. I'm probably playing in the trees. Anyway, I do have some experience with some, you know, going in height. I've gone over 8-story buildings doing window cleaning with descent equipment. It's just, this is a little different going up instead of climbing over the edge of a building, jumping off. Anyway, Dave in Kentucky, be kind, be safe out there, and we'll see you on the forum.